Ciao Rodolfo.
Ciao Mattia.
So they say dulcis in fundo. We are almost at the ending of these 2 beautiful days, and like a mirror effect, we can reflect on about how this journey. I hope that you enjoy this. Please
You
talk
want me to
about
start?
yourself.
You want me to start? So we'll start before the blockchain.
Before the blockchain, did the world
no,
exist before the blockchain? I don't
No,
think so.
Before I was on the blockchain and before you were on the blockchain. So this is 2017. And Oficinas TK is also a micro publisher, and I do a lot of printed work. So in 2017, I was doing mostly selling stuff through my online store and doing urban markets. So this is what I was doing.
Real art markets, in the streets.
On the streets, yeah, not on the streets, but yeah, on the open air, and it was fun because I always try to remain a bit on the side of the conventional path an artist should follow, because I'm a self-taught artist, so I didn't go through the academia and the usual route for an artist. I wanted to try different stuff, and I wanted to make my art available at an entry price. So I was doing urban markets and selling cheap pieces. And then
So it was physical art,
physical art.
printed one, like the one that you gifted me today after 2 years of waiting.
Yes.
And so you was used to sell your stuff in these conventions, in these places,
Yeah.
with normal people like us, without anything in common with digital realm.
No, meaning my work since a few years from now has been based also on digital mediums. So
So, like me, that I have started, let's say, with Kickstarter, you have got another kind of digital realm.
Yeah. So this is what I was doing in 2007, but I would like to know what Mattia was doing in 2017 as well, because I know what he was doing.
In 2007, I was a graphic designer, hoping to find my way to express myself and to expose my stuff to other people. So I was unlike you, because I didn't sell my stuff in physical places. I wasn't lucky enough. And maybe we are from different places. Here there is too many people, and so in my place there is. But in common we have got this digital thing, because in 2007 I created my first Kickstarter project that was gone really well, and it was my first way to taste the digital way to do things, because when the things start is like snow. You take some piece of snow and then boom, there's this effect where all the things are going down. That is experienced also from people that is asking money for movies. They told me that is basically like the same. I don't know if it was the same also for you.
Well, I don't really know how to answer that.
You didn't notice this effect, this mass effect with the community, because since day zero I did this thing, because in my Kickstarter in 2017, before entering the blockchain, NFT, and so on, I've got these 40 people, but 3 of these was completely around the world spread. The mainly part was a friend of mine that were close. But the other 3, there was maybe from Mexico, from Argentina, from whatever. So I told myself, is it possible to unite not the world, but different people on some umbrella, of something. I was doing abstract art, but it can be applicable to everything else.
So meaning I had this since I was since I was also not only on urban markets but also selling online. I think this gave me the appetite to discover new ways, digital ways. So eventually I got into 2018, I found out about the blockchain, and it all clicked. It all made the most sense in the world. So I would try to distribute my art this way, because, and for me, it's one of the things that's really important. It's that my art is available to anyone, and
in 0 seconds, because when you put click, then it's yours.
yeah, yeah. But this thing now, on blockchain marketplaces, there's a whole different ethos, because the work is available. You probably can right click and save it. You can download it from the IPFS. And this brought up a lot of interesting questions for me as an artist, because a lot of people worry about their IP or copyright stuff, and they don't want their work to be copied or redistributed or whatever. But for me, that was an amazing, amazing new tool.
Yes, this happened and also to me, because I've said myself, oh, it's basically like doing a gallery in the old good days of DeviantArt, and then the
Yeah.
people push click, and then they may put maybe a like,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a like, it was
Yeah,
money.
it was money. It was real money, and that's the thing. Um, as an artist, I think it was something completely mind blowing. We could actually sell our digital art. We could sell it without middlemen, and this is amazing.
Yeah,
This is the most
every
amazing.
time that I think about this, is like we have beta tested the system for 2 years and a half, because the first days of 2018 was like joking and talking to each other and
Yeah,
say,
mostly.
okay, you buy this and then you buy that. I support you. I support. I remember that my first sale was to buy one of your tokens in
Yeah, yeah,
2018.
I bought one of yours. It was my
Exactly.
first.
So it was like a circular economy,
Yeah, it was.
but in practice and in the art world. Then the things, I suppose, they become faster with more platforms,
More
and
people coming.
more people, more collectors, more visionaries.
More visionaries as
Uh,
well, of course.
and how was 2019?
How it was in 2019, it was great, because a lot of platforms had already proven their points. I guess they were working really well, and the world was beginning to catch up with digital art through NFTs. Uh, to be honest, the world still hasn't caught up. There's still a lot of fuzzy ideas about what art through NFT means. But that's the thing, is I think as soon as people start looking at NFTs as another canvas or another brush, because that's what it is, they'll fully realize the potential of what kind of art they can do through NFTs. And we were talking about this earlier.
Exactly, because in the beginning we was doing only static and
Visual.
animations, and then,
Visual stuff.
for example, adding audio is a big thing, because you can do that on a canvas,
Yeah.
or on a common movie, and then I hope always hope
No,
they
and
will
from,
implement interaction and
yeah.
interactive elements in this.
No, and now you see these. It's not just about these sort of tiny technical limitations. It's the fact that you can do visual, audio, text.
There is no boundaries.
There's
What you
no
create.
boundaries. There's really no boundaries. There's this fixed idea that we're all doing JPEGs,
Or
which is
PNGs.
kind of true, but and we're also doing a lot of different stuff. And we've been, at least me and Mattia and some who have been here since 2018, it was absolutely brilliant to see how platforms initially started supporting JPEGs and GIFs, and then eventually they started supporting MP4, WebM, WebP, GLB, and all of that. And as soon as the platform started supporting these new formats, a whole new set of art was produced exploiting those formats.
And then I suppose also new set of devices to show up our art.
Yes.
Because when you talk about 3D art, maybe you need also some interaction. And display like these ones is not enough.
Yeah.
You need something to lock and look at what you move on,
Yeah,
on the stage, for example, and then the things move around you, for example.
And now, for me, one of the biggest deals, at least with GLB formats, because I do. Some people, I guess, most of you don't know my work, so and it doesn't matter.
GLB is the 3D
It's a
compatible
3D
format
format.
for
Yeah.
browsers.
So for me because I was doing 3D stuff, but for me to be able to display them in true native formats, interactive 3D models with no scale that you can overlay in augmented reality, for example, and you can make huge structures that don't obey physics law. And this is amazing. This is mind
Yeah,
blowing.
you also talked with me about geotagging these
Sorry?
pieces. Geotag,
Yeah.
geotagging these 3D pieces. Please tell us.
Tell me what, sorry?
Geotagging.
Geotagging, yeah. Well, I have this. It's still not done, but I'm working on a few sculptures that will be available on specific locations, and there will be augmented reality. So, and I'm hitting this key a lot because this is really interesting for artists because we can do sculptures that do not interfere with the space but can be seen in the space. Because one thing is I display you a 3D model and you see it rotating, it's all very nice. But um, if you're in the middle of a mountain, because this is what I'm thinking, this is going to be installations in wild places. So if you're in the middle of a mountain and you're looking around and seeing the clouds and the woods and whatnot, it's completely different. And you can't replicate that in a gallery. You can't replicate that on a screen. So yeah, all of these little steps that have been taken to introduce new formats, they might seem trivial, but for artists, they represent a whole new set of tools to ponder about and to think how do we use them? How do we crack these formats?
Like is a new door, like a new way to express, like if they invented, like you said me today, a new canvas made of metal instead of real
Yeah,
canvas,
of
and
course.
then you use new kind of media. For example, you use 3D in these augmented reality sculptures, and I'm thinking about holographic screen, for
Yeah.
example. You know that I am experimenting with this kind of things, and they are really more interesting for me because I
Also,
do physical
please
thing.
talk
Yeah,
about your
and
work
so
too.
these holographics are made using artificial intelligence, are not existing, and are like small sculptures, like you do, but they don't exist in this realm, and they are created from artificial intelligence. That for me is interesting because it's two times artificial. They are artificial because they are holographic, and they are artificial because they are
The real
made by
artificial,
artificial
yeah.
intelligence. So I suppose that these kind of things will be even more common in the future.
hope
It is
so.
only the top of the iceberg
I hope
because
so.
we are old guys, and the young guys will
No, it's true.
imagine more.
It's true. This is. I think it's a point because we're from another generation and we have our prejudices about what art should be. So we also took, I guess, our own.
Maybe video games in the future will be like
Sure.
art.
I think for us, it also meant a process of deconstruction, of understanding what you're doing as an artist and how can you do it, or what are you supposed to do as an artist? Because this is the kind of questions
Nobody,
that haunt us.
if one buys art, he don't has to care what is art.
Yes.
Because we have passed through a lot of different kind of arts. When you talk about conceptual art, it can be everything. So who cares? Is
Yeah,
art.
yeah, and this is one really revolutionary aspect of NFTs. A lot, and I mean a lot, of artists are producing incredible shit, and they would never have a chance in real life. They would never be a
And
part
now
of
they
the gallery
can, and
circuit.
now they can
And now they
sell
are.
these
Now they
things,
are.
and we have the proofs under our eyes.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful auction during these days
Yeah.
about new digital art. Just remember the LisCon
LisCon, yeah.
gallery, and you find it on the website all the
Yes,
links.
if you haven't checked the exhibition upstairs, please do. There's some
Exactly.
really nice pieces being
And
shown.
and this is only the top of the iceberg one more time, and so we will see what will happen. Hmm?
No, of course. I was completely blown away by this aspect that a lot of non-artists were now had the possibility of sharing their art, but most importantly, and I know a lot of artists are somewhat ashamed of talking about money, but money is an important aspect of an artist's life as well. It's what allows us to buy
Yeah,
food, pay rent, and buy
we
new
have
gear.
said this in our conversation a lot of times.
Yeah.
Money only helps you to do more art, but you can do art with your mobile phone. You can do art with
Yes.
with
And this,
grass, with whatever you find around you. So basically,
the thing, and
it's
we,
incredible
and
because thank you of these technologies and NFTs for the first time, everybody can be an artist.
everybody can be an artist de facto. The thing is, there's this whole idea of what an artist is. I call myself an artist. I mean, since I was a teenager, I realized that I was an artist, so this is what I am. But even if you do not see yourselves as an artist, that doesn't mean that you cannot make art all the same. This is all. I'll tell you what. This is a lot of bullshit that some institutions keep just shoving down our throats. So we keep, small cliques and small elite groups that part of a circuit and then go to the galleries, then go to the museums, and go to the institutions. And NFT artists basically said, fuck that. And now they're being sold on Sotheby's and Christie's.
Yeah,
So this was truly
there
revolutionary.
are maybe some missing parts, okay, in the traditional way of sell art and display art, but we don't care.
No, we don't.
It's true.
It's true. No,
Yeah,
it's true.
maybe they will arrive, maybe not, maybe are necessary, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah, no.
The system sometimes, you know, because we have talked a lot of time, I really
Me and Mattia
believe
talk a lot.
I really believe in this chaotic way of auto-organizing the system, and this it worked
It
a lot
works.
of times. It
Yeah, yeah, it is.
auto-organized himself
It
because
is.
of artists asked them, and we have 10% royalties in every platform, for example.
No,
And
these are
or
the.
it's happened like collectors escaped, but then other collectors arrived,
No,
or
this.
no collectors, and we started to buy from each other.
Yeah, it's whatever. Now there's another aspect, and I spoke a bit earlier on my previous talk about this, and it's the community aspect. Community is a big word these days,
Community.
but it is true. Um, there is a community. There's a really strong community and a really caring and loving community. Um, and you should really, all of you, should really get involved more in the community. And being involved in the community is either enlarging it, bringing your friends, explain people, educate people about the blockchain technologies or whatever, but also caring for your family. This is in 2018, it was a closed circle for sure, but it can still be. I mean, there should be some sort of moral obligation to give back to the community because we're all sitting on this, and this was built by a bunch of guys that thought they could make better for everyone. So we can't be selfish in this community because this is, I mean, we're talking about open source technologies. We're talking about people spending thousands of hours to build incredible solutions. Um, so if you're a part of this, consider this aspect. This was given to all of us almost for free because it's
Let's repeat together how we can do to give back to the community, give back like that.
spend your crypto.
Yeah, spend your crypto with other artists, but
Have an
also
healthy ecosystem.
you've said in the previous talk about the website where you can donate. What's the
Giving
name?
block. Yeah. The Giving Block, I'm not sure if you're all aware of this, but the Giving Block is a really nice place where you can find dozens of charities that accept crypto. So this is one way of giving back not only to your community, but to the rest of the world because we are all a community, even outside of Ethereum. And we tend to forget this. We come from many nations, different countries, and different cultural backgrounds. But all of that is also a construct.
And now, for the first time, I suppose, in the history of the world, we have some common common money that is really liquid and really fast to transfer. We have donated to the water project. We have donated to the girls in Afghanistan to buy computers. And I don't know if you have donated to another
Water
project.
as
Water
well,
project, yeah, yeah.
For the future, for example, as well. These are my, I know, favorite causes. I guess I feel connected to them, but we have an healthy ecosystem now. There's plenty of room either to build more, develop, or support what exists, but also outside our ecosystem, there's a real world we can interact with, and we can use this technology to make some difference. Mattia was talking about Code to Inspire. We, because we are a community indeed, we talk to each other, we talk to some friends, let's make an auction, and then we'll send the proceeds to Code to Inspire. Code to Inspire is a coding school in Afghanistan. So, and they exist so they can teach girls and women to code. This is also really important. I don't mean specifically Code to Inspire and the girls in Afghanistan, but it is important. We have the duty, I think, I'm not forcing you anything, but I think we have the duty to support these guys too, because they are also building our future. So we can act on the environment, we can act on the social causes, we can act on whatever you want, or if you don't want to stay out of the community, just buy art.
The important thing is giving back. Create, have the money, but giving back to someone else to make the same.
But that's common sense, Mattia.
Yeah.
I think the world.
But you know that common sense is not so common.
The world,
and it's not my words, it's our words from another guy.
The world would be much better if we all thought like this, you know? Giving back, it's not giving back, it's just, you know, being a friend, being a nice person, be friendly to your neighbors or even the guys from other countries you don't know, but you can help them. If you can help them, help them.
So we have started talking about art, we ended about talking about philosophy, like I've said here.
I think we have to wrap up soon.
And I suppose that's all for today.
So, yeah. So I think we have to wrap up, but feel free to approach us outside stage and talk if you feel like it.
Thank you.
And sorry for the informal conversation. We really didn't have a plan. We have no cool images to show you, so. But
it's
thank
like
you
this.
for your time.